Between Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, we're getting remakes, huge RPGs, fresh ideas, horror returns, racers, platformers, and some surprise hits. I picked 20 games that stand out for gameplay, world design, replay value, and overall fun. Let's count down the best releases of the year. Mouse. PI for Hire is one of the most creative shooters of the year because it blends classic 1930s cartoon visuals with fast first-person action. You play as Private Detective Jack Pepper, a tough investigator pulled into a dangerous case involving gangs, corruption, and hidden secrets across a city full of personality. The black and white hand-drawn animation style makes every street, alley, and enemy look memorable. But the game is not just about looks. Gunplay is quick and satisfying, with weapons that feel powerful and movement that rewards speed and aggression. You can dash through danger, swap tools, and use detective gadgets to uncover clues between combat sections. Exploration matters too, since hidden areas often lead to upgrades or optional discoveries. The story keeps the noir detective mood strong without slowing the pace. Trails Beyond the Horizon continues Falcom's long-running RPG saga with another huge adventure built around world-building, political tension, and strong character writing. This is the kind of game where every city feels connected to the larger world, and even side characters often have their own stories. Combat uses the familiar tactical turn-based system where movement, positioning, crafts, arts, and timing all matter. Battles stay engaging because building your team properly can completely change how encounters play out. Outside combat, you spend time exploring towns, talking to people, taking side quests, and learning more about the changing state of the continent. The pacing mixes quiet moments and larger conflicts well, which gives major story scenes more impact. Fans of long RPG journeys will appreciate how much care is put into character relationships and continuity. Scott Pilgrim EX takes the classic beat-em-up formula and updates it with smoother controls, stronger co-op design, and the same fun energy fans expect from this universe. You move through side-scrolling stages filled with street fights, bosses, and environmental chaos while chaining punches, launches, grabs, and special attacks into satisfying combos. Combat feels faster and more responsive than older arcade brawlers, which helps every fight stay fun instead of repetitive. Playing with friends is where the game shines most, since coordinating attacks and reviving teammates creates non-stop momentum. Character variety also matters, with each fighter offering a different rhythm and moveset. The visual style keeps that comic-inspired look, while the soundtrack brings a lot of personality to every level. There are upgrades and unlockables that reward replaying stages, so the game has more staying power than a simple one-and-done run. Mario Tennis Fever delivers exactly what many players want from a Nintendo sports game. Simple controls at first, then surprising depth once matches get serious. Tennis feels fast, responsive, and exciting, with rallies that can suddenly turn around because of good positioning, timing, or a smart special shot. Each character has strengths that affect how they play, whether you prefer power hitters, speedy defenders, or balanced all-rounders. The new mechanics add extra layers without making the game too complicated, so casual players can still have fun, while competitive players learn advanced strategies. Single-player content includes tournaments, challenge missions, training drills, and themed events that keep things fresh when you are not online. Multiplayer is where the game really comes alive, especially in doubles where teamwork and court coverage matter. Grid Legends Deluxe Edition is a complete racing package that gives Switch 2 owners a strong option if they want speed, variety, and a lot of content. Instead of focusing on one style of racing, the game includes circuit events, street races, elimination modes, drifting, and endurance-style competitions. That variety helps the career mode stay interesting for a long time. Driving strikes a smart balance between arcade fun and believable car handling, so vehicles feel weighty and responsive without becoming frustrating. You can race aggressively, take corners cleanly, or recover from mistakes without the game punishing you too hard. The story mode adds personality by placing you inside a motorsport drama with rival teams and pressure-filled events. Visual upgrades on newer hardware make weather, lighting, and track detail stand out more than before. Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, brings back Nintendo's wonderfully strange life simulation formula and expands it in smart ways. You create Miis based on friends, family, celebrities, or complete nonsense, then place them on an island where relationships and daily events happen naturally. The fun comes from never knowing what will happen next. One character might ask for advice, another might start an argument, and someone else may suddenly sing a ridiculous song. New customization options make it easier to shape personalities, voices, homes, clothing, and routines. The island itself feels more active now, with more places to visit and more reasons to check in every day. It is not a game about winning or rushing to an ending. It is about small moments, surprises, and seeing how your made-up community evolves over time.
Someone needs a pick-me-up.
Leave a sharple with a Gramby. Oh, blap.
Monster Hunter Stories 3 takes the monster collecting RPG formula and pushes it further with deeper systems and a more dramatic world setup. Instead of action hunting like the mainline series, battles here are turn-based and built around reading enemy intentions, choosing attack types, and using your monsties effectively. Team building becomes addictive because each creature brings unique skills, elemental strengths, and useful field abilities. Exploration is also a major part of the experience, with open regions full of materials, dens, secrets, and optional fights. Progression feels rewarding because your party constantly improves through leveling, equipment crafting, and gene customization. The story focuses on growing tensions surrounding monsters and the balance between humans and nature, giving the journey more emotional weight.
Keep it up!
Yeah! We did it!
Cozy Caravan is one of those relaxing games that quietly steals dozens of hours from players who just wanted to try it for a little while. You travel through a colorful world with your own moving shop, collecting resources, crafting useful goods, meeting townsfolk, and slowly improving both your caravan and your business. The gameplay loop is simple but very satisfying. Explore an area, gather materials, turn them into products, sell items, unlock upgrades, then continue to the next destination. Towns each have their own mood and requests, which helps the world feel warm and alive. There is no heavy pressure, no punishing systems, and no need to rush. Instead, the game succeeds by making everyday progress feel rewarding. Decorating your caravan and choosing how to manage your route adds personal expression too. Memoire, Revelations in Celceta, brings back one of the strongest entries in the action RPG series with upgrades that help it feel smooth on modern hardware. You once again follow Adol Kristen through a mysterious land while uncovering lost memories and exploring dangerous wilderness. Combat is fast and energetic, with real-time attacks, dodges, skills, and party switching that keeps battles active at all times. Different characters excel against different enemy types, so swapping between them matters strategically instead of feeling optional. Exploration is one of the biggest highlights because maps gradually open up with hidden paths, treasure, and optional objectives that reward curiosity. The pacing is excellent, constantly moving between story scenes, dungeons, and field exploration without dragging. Music is also a major strength, pushing battles and boss fights with strong energy. Minishoot Adventures is a smart blend of twin-stick shooter action and classic adventure game progression. You control a tiny ship moving through a connected world filled with enemies, puzzles, upgrades, and hidden routes. At first glance, it looks simple, but it quickly becomes one of the most satisfying indies of the year. Combat is built around dodging enemy fire while aiming in all directions, creating battles that reward movement and precision. As you progress, new upgrades improve weapons, mobility, and survival tools, which opens previously blocked areas and gives exploration a Metroidvania feel. Boss fights are especially memorable because they test both reflexes and pattern recognition. The world design encourages curiosity, with secrets tucked into corners and rewards for players who revisit old zones with new abilities. It feels polished, focused, and fun almost immediately. Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly Remake, brings one of survival horror's most respected games back with modern visuals, while keeping the eerie identity that made it memorable. You play through a haunted village where spirits roam abandoned homes, narrow paths, and ritual sites filled with tragic history. Instead of guns, your main tool is the Camera Obscura, a supernatural camera that damages ghosts when you capture them at close range. That system creates constant tension because the strongest shots require patience and nerve as enemies move toward you. Exploration focuses on solving puzzles, managing limited resources, and uncovering what happened to the village through documents and environmental storytelling. Updated lighting and sound design make the atmosphere even heavier than before. The slower pace works in its favor because every hallway and doorway feels uncertain. Reanimal is a dark, co-op horror adventure that mixes platforming, puzzles, and unsettling creature design into something genuinely memorable. You control siblings trying to survive through a broken world full of disturbing environments and monstrous threats. The game can be played solo, but cooperative play adds a lot because many obstacles require timing, teamwork, and shared awareness. Movement through each area feels tense since danger can come from traps, creatures, or the environment itself. Instead of constant combat, the focus is survival, escape, and problem solving, which gives every encounter more weight. Visual storytelling is strong, with ruined places and strange imagery hinting at what happened without over-explaining everything. Sound design also plays a huge role, using silence and sudden noise to keep players uneasy. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection gives a new audience the chance to experience one of Capcom's more underrated RPG series in one polished package. These games combine action and deck-building ideas through a battle system where you move across lanes, dodge attacks, and activate cards or abilities in real time. That makes combat more active than standard turn-based RPGs while still rewarding planning. Outside battles, the futuristic setting and network-based world create a different tone from traditional Mega Man titles. Character progression, side content, and customization systems help the game stay engaging across long play sessions. This collection improves accessibility with cleaner menus, save options, visual upgrades, and bonus content that makes revisiting older releases much smoother. Super Meat Boy 3D successfully moves the series into 3 dimensions without losing the fast and brutal platforming identity that made it famous. Levels are designed around momentum, wall jumps, air control, and instant reactions, meaning every second matters once a stage begins. Failure comes quickly, but restarts are almost immediate, so frustration turns into one more try determination. The 3D spaces add fresh challenges because now you must judge distance, angle, and camera awareness along with precise timing. Hazards like saws, collapsing platforms, moving traps, and narrow jumps constantly test focus. The game also keeps that playful tone the series is known for, helping the difficulty feel fun instead of punishing. Hidden stages and collectible goals give skilled players more reasons to master each level. Pragmata finally arrives and stands out as one of the year's most interesting sci-fi action games. Set in a mysterious, futuristic environment, you control a heavily armored traveler working alongside a young android companion. The relationship between both characters shapes gameplay, since combat often mixes direct shooting with support actions like hacking systems or disabling enemy defenses. That teamwork gives battles a different rhythm compared to standard action games. Movement and traversal also feel important, with areas designed around verticality, puzzle solving, and environmental interaction. The world itself creates strong curiosity because every location hints at larger secrets without revealing too much too early. Visually, the game has a clean, futuristic style that feels lonely and atmospheric. Planet of Lana II builds on the strengths of the first game by delivering another cinematic puzzle adventure full of beauty, tension, and quiet emotion. You once again travel through natural landscapes and dangerous mechanical ruins alongside your loyal companion, using teamwork to overcome obstacles. Puzzles are smartly designed around timing, distraction, switches, and coordinated actions between both characters. The game rarely needs words to communicate feeling, relying instead on animation, music, and environment design. Movement is simple and approachable, making it easy for many players to enjoy, but the challenge gradually increases in satisfying ways. Chase sequences and stealth moments add variety without overwhelming the calmer exploration sections. Visually, it is one of the nicest looking games on Nintendo systems this year. Mio, Memories in Orbit is a stylish Metroidvania that immediately grabs attention through its world design and smooth movement systems. You explore a damaged, futuristic setting filled with forgotten technology, hidden routes, and strange inhabitants while uncovering the truth behind your surroundings. Progression follows the best traditions of the genre. Gain new abilities, revisit old areas, unlock shortcuts, and slowly realize how cleverly the map connects together. Movement feels excellent, with dashes, jumps, and traversal tools that make exploration enjoyable on its own. Combat is quick and responsive, asking players to read enemy patterns and use mobility wisely. The visual style gives every zone a distinct identity, which helps discovery stay exciting deep into the game. Storytelling is more atmospheric than direct, rewarding players who pay attention to details. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined modernizes one of the series' biggest adventures while respecting what longtime fans love about it. The core remains a grand, turn-based RPG built around traveling through different lands, helping communities, and slowly piecing together a larger, world-spanning journey. Battles stay classic and dependable, focusing on party roles, magic use, status effects, and smart preparation rather than flashy gimmicks. The biggest improvements come through pacing, visuals, interface changes, and smoother progression systems that make the adventure easier to enjoy for modern players. Town stories remain a highlight because many regions feel like self-contained tales with their own problems and personalities. Character growth through jobs and skills adds long-term strategy, giving players freedom in how to shape the party.
Easy peasy.
Resident Evil Requiem earns the #2 spot by delivering a tense survival horror experience that understands what makes the series work. Exploration, resource management, puzzle solving, and dangerous encounters all come together in a way that keeps pressure high from start to finish. Ammunition and healing items matter, so every fight becomes a decision rather than automatic action. Enemy design helps create constant stress because even familiar situations can turn bad quickly. The environments are packed with detail and atmosphere, whether you are navigating dark interiors, abandoned facilities, or locations hiding unpleasant secrets. Story pacing balances mystery and urgency well, giving players reasons to keep pushing forward. Combat feels polished without becoming overpowered, which preserves the horror side of the experience.
Jesus.
Pokemon Pokopia takes the top spot because it feels like a bold and refreshing new direction for the franchise while still keeping the charm that makes Pokemon special. Instead of following the usual badge journey structure, this game focuses on building a thriving world where Pokemon live, interact, and grow alongside you. You gather materials, create habitats, improve facilities, and shape areas to attract different species. Watching Pokemon behave naturally, help with tasks, and react to the environment gives the world a sense of life many fans have wanted for years. Progression feels relaxing but addictive because there is always something new to unlock, upgrade, or discover. The story setup, where you play through an unusual transformation involving Ditto, adds personality without overshadowing the sandbox systems. That's my top 20 Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 games of 2026. This year has a bit of everything: RPGs, horror, racers, platformers, and cozy games. Drop your own top picks in the comments and tell me which game surprised you the most. If you enjoyed this countdown, more gaming lists are on the way.